Thinking about the Nautilus, could have been another choice. That's a lot of hard CC for some of the, those champions on the other side. They're going to be jumping around very slippery, like Ezreal, like Aurora. But instead, just taking the Rakan away. Oh. It's huge. Every time. Delight, just a simple combo on the Duro. Again, I really don't think that they can fight over this, but Hanwha Life Esports might try to force it anyway.
Trying to look for a steal, maybe. Just get the one with the smite, but he really shouldn't be allowed to, and it looks like Hanwha Life also knows this. This is a 4 versus 4. Chovy, Zeka both have their ultimates available.
I mean, there's an opportunity if they could chip away at Gen.G, but instead Peanut just going to get knocked up here. Does go into his untargetable state there with his W, but Canyon just chipping away, looking for the smite steal is Peanut, and he will not get it. So 3 go the way of Gen.G. About setting up some more vision around there. Or maybe just a gank on a mid here, as Zeka has gone a bit too far forward, as this is Ari Vi, and he is not able to dash out of the way of that combo, as first blood is given over to Chovy quite easily. Would love to have, 4+ grubs, of course. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a huge win condition, especially if he's going into the Mbessa. So might as well just pick up the first dragon, give her over the grubs, and look towards the bottom side of the map. That is just fine, as you do have this very fed Chovy Ari in the mid lane that you can play around as the game comes along. Gen.G currently about 1,300 gold in the lead as well.
Amplification as well as the burn on the Andres. Yeah. While being really beefy as Zeus.
Yeah, he's pretty far up the lane as Canyon just waiting for the exact right moment to go ahead and press his R button, as that is a very easy punish for Canyon. So you wanted to see his Vi do some things in this game. It already has a couple of assists. Not knowing if the Fury was still there. Zeka on the top side, and again, the Ari Vi comes together for this kill as Zeka, he drops down the ult, but it's not enough to get away. Even the ramping damage doesn't take out Canyon. Going here maybe onto Chovy, as there's the ult, he does go in, but again, Chovy pretty tanky, as it doesn't look like he will get out of this one though, and a big shutdown does go the way of Peanut.
And even with the charm, the kill, you trade one for him, you get the turret as well. Only downside is that you won't be able to immediately turn this into a Herald. It looks like Gen.G instead is playing towards the bot side of the map. Should be able to pick up the Dragon here instead.
Trying to make something happen onto Ruler, but again, he has that BT finish, and he has plated Steel Cap. So Viper trying to do damage to Ruler is just kind of funny at this point in time. It's not a real thing. Peanut was able to pick up the Rift Herald, though. Is going to make his presence felt in mid. But, okay, trying to get in now as Duro is going to stop that attempt. Is Rakan. Peanuts still continuing the chase and still making his presence felt. He said, you gave me the Fury, I will make you pay for it. But now there's 4 members of Gen.G, and Peanut has to flash away, and the MF comes in and just punishes him. Peanut not respecting Gen.G, and he gets clapped for it as Delight as well. Another casualty on the board.
It's 20 seconds till the Dragon. Hanwha Life, they're here very early. I think this is going to give you opportunity as the TP comes in.
Well, Delight trying to bait the engage onto him, but that TP from Chovy pretty far a bit away. But when he gets there, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with as Duro does go in. The ult from Ruler, not the best, but Duro will go down, and Chovy not able to do too much so far, but Nefiri, Peanut does hit the ground. Zeka incredibly low himself, and Gen.G's wallets just a bit too large for the side of Hanwha Life Esports. Only Vipers here. He couldn't join the play. It was just too far away from him. It's not even his fault as he gets taken out as well. It is an ace for Gen.G, and that'll be the Dragon. Get there. She's still supporting the Platinum Katarina one trick. And we'll see how that support does go. Trying to do with this draft, including the first pick Nefiri, which I feel like is still a good idea. I don't really feel like the draft was a huge issue for them. But now, Gen.G just, gonna blow up the Mbessa. Not very tanky at this point as Zeus, obviously, so he just gets one shot by a massive safe of gold on top of his head. Chovy is Ari, so even though he took a little bit of damage, he's totally fine. The flash on in from Delight, but can they actually kill Ruler? He just ults in their face, and they're not able to do anything to him. As, Zeka gonna hit the floor as well, and Viper is gone. That is a clean ace. We're only 23 minutes in.
But unfortunately, even that, the goal was just too big. And Gen.G coming out swinging here in the first game of LCK. Now, to remember, Going back to LCK Cup, they really weren't that good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very telling.
it's not that we were saying they weren't that good. It's just that they were so close, and they barely couldn't get that first place. So
In the Ornn game, they felt really bad.
yeah, they did.
I
I mean, it happens. You know, teams are learning Fearless as well, so some of the choices weren't exactly the best in the drafts. But now we're going to have another fight. We'll see how this one goes as Gen.G just totally pull off of the Baron. Duro gets low, but that's the only guy who's going to get low in this fight. So, yeah, Peanut and the rest of the boys just kind of run away. Delight thinking about an engage here. They still have Otacon, so yeah, you're only getting a little bit of gold even if you do force them to withdraw at this point. So
Hail Mary number 2.
Hail Mary number 7, it feels like, as Toby. Okay.
That's a tank.
Yeah, well, they exhausted him, and that didn't do all that much. Nice little flash on in and hammer back onto Azeka as well. Looking pretty fun. This game is a done deal, and I think that Gen.G are having their fun as well and are trying to send a message that when it comes to best of threes, we are on top, actually. We're the better team, as maybe Hanwha Life Esports a little bit of a first stand hangover, but all the props going over to Gen.G as well, as especially Canyon has made this Vi look incredibly strong, and eventually they will get Viper, surely. Oh, nice. Good play.
It's actually, it's correct, right?
Yeah.
To wait as long as possible to kill him there. But it also is really funny.
Yeah.
So it kind of works on both levels, which I do appreciate.
He didn't want to get disengaged coned.
Yeah, you need to make sure you actually kill him, right? Otherwise, it's so awkward.
Might
And, explain that.
It was very funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Don't
Anyway,
know if you're speaking the
Hex
truth or
Soul
not. Come
will
on,
be
man.
taken by Gen.G. I mean, yeah. It's a 2-level difference in the jungle, and it's a 17,000 gold lead for Gen.G. So eventually they'll just press their buttons and put them out of their misery after doing enough mental damage as well, as another charm is going to land. Chovy just not missing those today. And yes, Gen.G have finally had their fill. They have had their fun, and they will end this game. Surely, okay, they're going to kill Nefiri, they're going to kill Peanut one more time, and then they'll take down the Nexus 24-2. The kill score as Gen.G send a message in game 1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.